sure do.
How about we jump into some, I guess, boring legal matters, but it's mostly like an update of what
Yeah.
happened while we were
Yeah,
gone.
true. We covered on the last podcast the Microsoft raising the prices of Game Pass at pretty much every tier. We knew it was inevitable, but kind of the way it was kind of pushed and kind of the incentives. It's like there's a debate now growing of like whether or not it's actually worth it, especially the ultimate tier. So that's still ongoing. But some update to that is that FTC is quote they're blasting Microsoft's new degraded Xbox Game Pass standard tier and price increases. It's coming from Tom Warren at The Verge. Tom Warren, senior editor, the GOAT. I see him on Twitter all the time, spitting memes out, getting tons of likes. He's out here. The regulator isn't happy with Microsoft's Game Pass changes. So he said the Federal Trade Commission has blasted Microsoft's Xbox Game Pass price increases in a filing to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit. Microsoft revealed last week that it's increasing PC Game Pass and Xbox Game Pass Ultimate prices and planning to launch a new Game Pass standard tier soon without day one access to first-party Xbox games. The FTC calls the new Game Pass standard tier a degraded product because new Game Pass members won't be able to sign up for the $11 Game Pass for console, which includes day one game access. Instead, Xbox Game Pass standard will be priced at $15 and won't include day one games, but it will include online multiplayer. Microsoft's price increases and product degradation, combined with Microsoft's reduced investments in output and product quality via employee layoffs, are the hallmarks of a firm exercising market power post-merger, the FTC said in a filing today. Product degradation, removing the most valuable games from Microsoft's new service, combined with price increases for existing users, is exactly the sort of consumer harm from the merger the FTC has alleged. Dude, they're kind of coming in hot on Microsoft. They said, listen, buddy. Can't be doing this.
This is good, man. Like, to call out the BS. Because we were kind of going off a little bit last time.
Yeah.
It's like the price changes because, what's his name? Phil Spencer said multiple times, he's like, no, we're not going to raise any of the prices or anything like that for the membership. We're not going to do that. And then Daddy Microsoft comes in and says, oh, we're doing it.
Yeah.
And now you at least get like a regulator coming in just, hey, this is messed up, guys.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I think the big thing for me was removing that day one access on that one, on like the standard tier. It's like, dude, come on.
That's
like
kind of rough. Man.
Yeah, it's like that's so rough because that's like the main reason I think a lot of people were like so invested in the Game Pass that you got so much to offer on day one, like no matter the tier. And now it's just like if you just buy the base tier, like you don't get that. It's like it's weird. It's like to see how that's gonna change, kind of thing.
Well, the other thing is too, doesn't Steam have a rule where if you buy the game, like this really only matters if you have PC, right? But doesn't Steam have a rule that if you buy the game and you only play a certain amount of hours, then you can return it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like
I think it's like that 2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. At that point, I would rather do that than have to pay $11 to not get the day one Game Pass.
Yeah.
Just
like be able to return it at some point. But yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, that's weird. We'll finish the rest of the article here. So, and I will. Oh, I was hoping this was like 70 pages because I was gonna I'll read this and then I'll read the 70-page outline. But FTC actually has a short little kind of file here. Anyway.
Yeah.
The filing is part of an ongoing appeal lodged by the FTC against a district court's decision not to block Activision Blizzard acquisition last year. Microsoft finalized a $68.7 billion deal in October, but the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals still hasn't ruled on the FTC's appeal yet. And yeah, there at the end of the article is the letter that was sent regarding these degradations of products, removing certain parts of certain tiers. It's probably a lot of legal speaking here. So
yeah, let me read the last paragraph because it's a good take. So, importantly, Microsoft's actions are inconsistent with Microsoft's representatives below. Microsoft's price increases coincide with adding Call of Duty to Game Pass' most expensive tier, and discontinuing the console tier will happen shortly before releasing COD's newest game. Below, Microsoft promised that, and in quotes, the acquisition would benefit consumers by making COD available on Microsoft's Game Pass on the day it is released on console, with no price increase for the service based on the acquisition. And then it says Microsoft's post-merger actions thus vindicate the congressional design of preliminary halting mergers to fully evaluate their likely competitive effects and judicial skepticism of promises inconsistent with the firm's economic incentives. That basically means the FTC said, we saw this coming and now we got to audit it. And I feel kind of like a clown because I think you and I were defending Microsoft and being like, this is such a good idea for Microsoft and Xbox to merge it, having day one Call of Duty. That's so sick because I absolutely lose my mind every time a new COD comes out. It's like $70. It's just a graphics upgrade, maybe a campaign if you're lucky. And the appeal of this Game Pass being a day one release for COD was like, oh yeah, finally. That's really good news, right?
Let's go.
But now it's like, oh no, by the way, psych. Now I have the most expensive tier, the Game Pass Ultimate. So for me, it doesn't really affect me. I'm going to keep it. But for somebody like the vast majority of people, I don't think have that. Most people probably have the base tier or whatever tier that you need.
I got the PC tier. That's what I got.
Yeah.
The ultimate tier. Oh man. You know, it's funny.
Wait, is that the ultimate tier?
No, well, so
I thought there's 3 tiers.
There's PC Game Pass, which is like a separate thing. It's like Game Pass Core, I think, which is like for console.
And the Ultimate's all of them.
There may be one more, but I know Ultimate's literally everything. So
yeah,
console.
That's what I got because it's like I bought a Samsung tablet to do the cloud gaming. I have an Xbox Series X that I actually need to move into the living room soon, and the just because like I want to play Elden Ring and that's a great place to play it. You know, like on the TV. That's the plan for the future. Side note, and then the PC's in here, so it's like I use that. I will use that. Yeah. But for other people, you don't need that. It's like it's a luxury item.
Yeah. Well, one of my roommates got a Series X to play college football because he actually. Oh yeah. Like, I think he had some like pre-credit or something.
Oh, is that the picture that you took in the living room?
Yeah. So that was on a Series X. But yeah. So like we have a Series X now, so it's one of those things like new games come out, I might just buy for Series X. And like if the new GTA comes out, I was going to get on PS5, and now it's like might as well just get on Series X. So we're sort of doing that. But yeah. Besides the point. I kind of agree. It's like, I feel like we're kind of swindled a little bit because like, Xbox is like promoting this like awesome thing, like especially for the Call of Duty. I think it's a good point made by the FTC is like, you were promoting like Call of Duty day one, how that was gonna be so big. And like conveniently you're raising the price before that game comes out. Like the new one comes out. It's like very convenient, right? So
yeah. Dude, maybe they expect to lose some money because most people in the past had to buy the game.
Yeah,
that's a $70 game. One of the most expensive, not the most expensive, the most popular IPs in shooters by far. I think. I mean, maybe not by far. I would put in like the top 3 probably, right? Like, I'm not gonna list them all, but Counter Strike's number 1. That's pretty easy.
CS.
Yeah, CS for sure. I would think. I don't even think Overwatch. Like Overwatch, Valorant.
Put that like 4. I don't know. Honestly,
yeah,
I think
probably 4. Like it's about like 4 years ago. It was definitely like really high up there, but they've lost a lot of traction.
I think it goes Counter Strike, Plants vs Zombies, and then Brotato. So that's the top 3. And
Is Brotato out yet?
I don't think so. I want to play that game.
No, I don't think so. I think it's next year, actually.
Yeah,
that will be or like High on Life. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, all memes, right? Obviously, COD. I definitely put COD probably top 3, but yeah, it's a popular game, right? So then getting that is certainly what I think one of Microsoft's end goals. So I don't know, dude. I feel swindled and picked. You know what I'm saying, Mike? I feel like
oh my gosh. Hold on, I just want to Google it because like I feel like some people might find some interest in this. This is on Twitch. Okay, it's not based on players, but it gives you more of the game players, right? Mm-hmm. The more of the games. The top 4 of viewable content on Twitch. Number 1's Valorant, Counter Strike, Apex Legends, and then it goes Call of Duty. This could be out of date though. There's a chance, but I mean, there's other games. We're also freaking about like PUBG if you want to go the mobile aspect, but let's not go down that route.
Yeah, Oh, there's a rabbit hole there. That's what I'm saying, Mike. We may very well have to dedicate some of an episode someday to a shooter tier list. We might just have to.
I'm totally down for that, actually.
That would be amazing.
I am down for that. And we would have to do it in the totality of the IP.
Yeah. Oh
We
yeah, for
can't
sure.
do
Yeah, you
it
can't do single
per
games.
game
Yeah, you
because
gotta.
it's like, how many Call of Duty games are there really? Like 17?
Yeah, no.
Like, there's
Yeah.
a
There's
lot.
enough
And that's
shooters.
before you.
There's
Yeah,
enough you can do it by IP. Have a decent
yeah,
amount to choose from. So
I think so. Yeah, yeah, we should definitely do that at least for like a segment.
yeah,
You know,
be
like
fun.
like
Really
a
fun.
like a YouTube short or TikTok short or something
Yeah,
like that. We'll get into it.
for
But
sure. But
yeah,
hey,
I just
look.
want to read that last paragraph
Yeah.
after
No, I
all.
think it's a very relevant paragraph and a very kind of relevant point that the article maybe doesn't quite get at.
Mhm.
So yeah, yeah, dude. What's Microsoft doing, man? I'm just feeling a certain
Yeah.
type of way now. I'm like, play Marvin's Room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy out
Well,
here.
this just real quick. This stuff isn't done. We're probably gonna get more updates going through the year, just because this was a court filing by the FTC
Right.
in the Court of Appeals of the United States. So it is not going away anytime soon. So we'll keep our eyes peeled and then let the people stay up to date.
Sure. I think we haven't talked about